All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to prepare for this coming Sunday. All right, this coming Sunday, I will be live 5 p.m. whether on Bolo VNR Clips or Bolo VNR or both, right? And I'll be covering what is going on with KD Knight's daughter, Member of Parliament, going to park the truck. She says she's going to go up against Goliath, like David, and sling Goliath and take him down in the next general election and put him in a retirement. Oh, she saw. Yeah, man. With the father that he let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado.
Let me introduce to you MP candidate for Northeast St. Andrew, attorney at law, the daughter of the sheriff, council, KD Knight. Tonight I introduce to you Jamaica, Miss Stacey Knight. Good night.
Listen, man. What an introduction. Big up Miss Stacey Knight, MP candidate for Northeast St. Andrew. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday I will be going live to cover the footage of that gathering at Barbican Square. So make sure so on a check-in be. List where mums have to say about our plans for our constituency and some of the challenges. You understand? Let's get into it.
Good night, OMG.
My apologies for the delay in the broadcast tonight.
That's all right. I was enjoying your program. And good night to all your listeners and your audience.
Yes, Stacey
Watching on
Knight.
YouTube and listening on the various platforms. Good night, everyone. Hello. My pleasure to be here.
Who is Stacey Knight?
Who is Stacey Knight? I am Stacey Knight. I am I'm a mother of two, a daughter of the best. And when I say the best, I'm referring to both my parents, both of whom have served this country faithfully. I'm a child of God.
That is important. I don't know about none of y'all, but that right there, that part is very important to me. Because we need people in leadership that is going to be guided by the Most High. Please continue, Ms. Stacey Knight.
I am an attorney at law. I'm an educator, having taught for over a decade. I am a believer in the good that can come when people really put their hearts and minds to recognizing that change can happen. We don't have to throw up our hands. I'm not a throw up your hands person at all. Like, there's a problem, let's see how we can fix it. That's who I am. That's who Stacey Knight is.
See, my Jamaican people, we could take a lesson from just that, what she just said a while ago. Because, you know, I've been meeting a lot of throw our hands up in the air people. Oh, both parties are the same thing. Nothing will change. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. If y'all keep in that same mode of thinking, nothing will change. Y'all better get the hell up, go and get ready to vote before March 31st. All right, this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the EOJ offices open between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. everywhere. Wherever the closest one is to you, go and get enumerated. Go and be eligible to vote. Get registered immediately now. What are you waiting on now? Soon as you heard this, get your ass up and go. Period. Let's get it.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty and fix the problem. And what I'm seeing right now is that my country has a lot of problems that need to be solved. And so I have rolled up my sleeves and I have stepped right in to be a part of the change process that will transform Jamaica and make it a place where my children and everybody else's children will want to live. Because we're finding that a lot of our young people are looking elsewhere. And so I want to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, and do business, as our Vision 2030 goals said.
But that vision.
No, one of the things I wanted to highlight there is when she said, "My children and everybody else's children." That is something I wanted to point out because I say, listen to this. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
My support as a parliamentarian, as a Jamaican, as a father, as a grandfather, I want to see Jamaica get 5 more years so that I know that my children and my grandchildren can live in this country and enjoy the country as I did. God bless you. Shower, shower, shower.
You notice the differences in the statements. One person is very selfish and only cares about their children and their grandchildren. When Stacey Knight is thinking about her children and the rest of the country's children as well. Just wanted to point that out because that audio is going to come up back in one of my other uploads. Trust me, it's coming. But let's continue.
Plan 2030 has now been stalled by this government.
It has been stalled, and so we need to get it back on track. We won't be able to make it in 2030, but we can. Once the People's National Party administration takes over the reins, I know we will be heading in the right direction.
Stacey Knight, many would argue, how can you take out a DELROY truck out of the parliament?
Yeah. Well, you know, DELROY truck has been in the parliament for 28 years. That's a long time. And I have lived in the constituency that he represents for all of those 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, I was in a meeting with him recently and he wasn't able to say what his legacy is. What has he done in these 28 years that he can say is his legacy? There's nothing. There is nothing of importance, of, nothing major that he has done. Fixing a pothole here and there definitely can't count.
So your constituency is made up of the Barbican division?
Yes. And the Waterloo division. So there are 2 divisions in this constituency. And a lot of people think that the constituency is just Barbican and perhaps Waterloo Road and Grand Spend. But it spans a much wider area than that. It actually starts up in the north. The northernmost section of the constituency is Peters Rock, Woodford, which is actually a rural community bordering on East Rural constituency. That's a part of Northeast St. Andrew. And coming down Jacks Hill into Cherry Gardens, Graham Heights, Russell Heights, you have the high upper income areas.
Oh, that is Tavistock and all of those places.
Tavistock and all of those. Yes, all of that is part of the constituency. And then it comes down through Barbican. Barbican is the heart of the constituency.
Yes.
And Grand Spend. They're at the center of it. And the dividing line between the 2 divisions, Barbican and Waterloo, is Barbican Road.
Wow.
And then south of Barbican Road is the Waterloo division, which includes areas like Eakins House, Paddington, Surbiton, Ellismere, Southermere, and it goes all the way down to the clock, to the halfway tree clock, which is a part of this constituency. So I like to characterize it as from the Peters Rock to the halfway tree clock. That's Northeast St. Andrew.
So that is why you had a big thing at the Sagicor Sigma Run.
Yes.
Oh.
So the Sagicor Sigma Run, a large part of that race ran through our constituency. It started in southeast, but a large portion of the route is through Northeast St. Andrew.
So strategically, your marketing team decided, let us now show Jamaica the new face for Northeast St. Andrew.
And the people have been embracing me. Everywhere I'm going now, people are recognizing me and welcoming me as the new MP.
Oh, they're welcoming you as a new MP and not the MP candidate.
I met somebody in the market the other day and he said, "Oh, you are the new MP lady."
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
DELROY, Chuck, how you feel? Damn, bro. Sheesh.
That is funny, honey.
It's also
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
Welcoming me as the new MP. Going now, people are recognizing
Northeast St. Andrew.
And the people have been embracing me. Everywhere I'm going now, people are recognizing me and welcoming me as the new MP.
Oh, they're welcoming you as a new MP and not the MP candidate.
I met somebody in the market the other day, and he said, "Oh, you are the new MP lady."
Oh, so you already started the damage that your father taught you to do.
Yes, I have learned from him for sure. Couldn't grow up with him and not learn. Yeah, so we know how to win.
You know how to win, but are you as deadly as a KD Knight?
You know, Andre, I don't like to be compared to anyone really. Yes, and Desiderata speaks against comparing ourselves to others because each person really has their own qualities, talents, and the own thing that they bring to the world. If I'm bringing to the world just what my father brought, then I'm not really necessary.
You see, she's being humble. That's what Christians are taught to be. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, I see straight through this lady. I think this lady is even more fierce in her approach to her work. I think she's even more fierce than her dad. I'm gonna put it out there. That's what I really think. Yeah. You really gotta listen to people and you really gotta watch body language. She's a very confident individual. Alright? She understands who she is. She's obviously very intelligent, very bright, and she comes from a long lineage of public servants in her family. So, yeah, when it's gonna come up. Let's listen. But I just want to let y'all know, after me watching her in this interview, I'm saying to myself, yeah, I don't care who she was gonna go up against in her constituency. There's just some people that have an it factor. And I think this young lady is gonna surprise a lot of people because they're not really paying attention. But let's continue.
So I bring my own style and flair. But there's no question about it that I'm bringing something.
Your style and flair come with a KD Knight gene, and that gene is not a normal gene, you know. That gene is one that make labor rights at inquiries stutter.
And tremble.
And tremble.
Yes.
So is it a case that DELROY, I hear already that he's starting to do a lot of walks?
Oh yes. Oh yes. He has been in follow back on me. So wherever I go, I hear that he's there the next week.
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
DELROY Chuck, really, bro? Really?
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
So DELROY, even the fact say he's an experienced campaigner, shouldn't you be leading and not following? I'm just saying.
Emotional damage.
Let's continue.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised in following, you know, because them you're the beauty that exudes from your aura is one that your innocence, there's something about your presence. There is your unassuming, innocent personality. People are saying that they're drawn to that.
You see, what Andre was explaining is what I have observed and I said before. She is very tricky. They are going, listen, and I'm not saying that she's deceiving. I'm saying you will look at her and you will come to the conclusion that she's an innocent, fragile, beautiful creature. And all those things might be true except for the fragile. That's what I'm saying. That part is where people are going to mess up. This is not somebody you will be able to bully. Alright? She's gonna show up a lot of people. Mark my words. March 28, 2025. I want y'all to pay attention to this lady when she is in parliament. And I'm declaring it now. She's going to win and she will be in parliament. You're going to see. Man, listen. They're going to try and compare her to her dad. But they're going to be so surprised, bro. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, can we get back KD Knight? Yeah, we can't handle this lady. Yo, give us KD Knight, bro. I'm telling you, man, wait for it. You see how he was looking for those words a while ago to describe her when he said unassuming? Yo, I'm telling you, unassuming is the key word in that.
Oh. And I want people to be drawn to more than just that. Because that's really just the surface. I want people to be drawn to the change that I bring. I want people to be drawn to speaking to me about your issues and knowing that we can work together to create solutions to those issues. That's what I want people to be drawn to.
You spoke that you're an educator.
Yes.
What kind of plans you have for Northeast St. Andrew in terms of education?
Yeah. All right. Northeast St. Andrew, like the rest of Jamaica, has underperforming schools. Yeah. We also have the same educational apartheid system that plagues the rest of Jamaica, where at age 11 plus, I think nowadays it's 12, they take the PEP. Yes. Children are required to do an exam that determines their destiny pretty much, because at the end of that exam they are placed in a school that is either going to be a well-resourced school or a school that's not well-resourced, and that somewhat determines the destiny of our children. And my plans for education is that every school is a high-performing school, that there should be no school that a parent does not want their child to go to.
We want to balance the playing field.
We need to balance the playing field.
Do you see the laser focus when she said that? Look at the freeze frame. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention, please. And that point that she brought up about education, man, listen, that has been the case forever. Like, when I was going to school and I was in primary, like, my mom was like, yo, make sure you get the good grades so you can pass to the better school, you know? And hey, man, it's a reality that needs to change. And when it comes to education, you know, they say you don't politicize it, and I see what they mean, because I don't think there should be no government official that is in government that is directly or indirectly trying to sabotage the education system. Everybody, whatever resources is necessary to fund the education system and make sure our youth, our future, are equipped and is getting the highest level of education. I agree with that, Hondo. So salute to her and her constituencies. Lucky to have her. Let's continue.
We really have to make sure that every child can learn, every child must learn, is real, that it actually can be implemented in the schools that we have. Our teachers need to be better paid. The schools need to be better funded.
Talk about it.
Yeah, there are some transformative plans that the spokesperson on education has outlined, and I buy into those plans.
About feeding the children each day?
Feeding the children each day, about longer school days.
Learning times.
Yeah.
Additional extracurricular activities.
Yes, and better supervision, because we don't want our children just running out of the school gates and then that afternoon time before their children get home. A lot of mischief happens during that time.
So apart from the educational progress that you are talking about for Northeast St. Andrew, what else are your big ticket agenda?
You know, one of the big things for Northeast St. Andrew is sustainable development. There's a lot of private development taking place.
Oh, you're one of them that have many developers in your high-rise building.
We do, exactly. And while I am in support of development that provides housing, you know, increased housing, better housing, it needs to be sustainable. And what I mean by sustainable is not just the long term, but even at the start of the development, it needs to be that the conflict that is being created now, because of the haphazard nature of the development, you need to do something about that. There needs to be some sort of consensus that in terms of neighborhoods, so that citizens of a neighborhood can agree, just as that's what restrictive covenants meant on a title, that persons in this neighborhood have a covenant with one another of the type of homes or the type of buildings that they're going to place on those lots. And we need to go back to honoring those restrictive covenants in a different sort of way. People can modify them now, and the law provides for the modification of them. But we have to take a look again, because those legislations are kind of outdated. We need to amend them and have a holistic system, legislative system.
So the covenants that exist presently can be manipulated.
They can be manipulated. And
two things. I want to go back to what you said about being manipulated. But what I just showed you, ladies and gentlemen, is allegedly past program meals to kids. So when you hear Damien Crawford say that, because she touched on education and feeding the kids, when you hear Damien Crawford say that the kids are in need, ladies and gentlemen, if this is what they're feeding the children, they are definitely 100% in need of a more sufficient meal for their day. All right, let's go back.
Of them, but we have to take a look again, because those legislations are kind of outdated. We need to amend them and have a holistic system, legislative system.
So the covenants that exist presently can be manipulated.
They can be manipulated. And I don't know if I would use the word manipulated necessarily, but sometimes when the covenants are lifted, the other covenantor isn't happy about it. Yeah, and we need to do better at zoning, so that if there's going to be a neighborhood where there's high rises, then everybody knows that if you move in here, it's high rises. Your bungalow home is likely to be shortly converted into a high rise, or that next door to you there's going to be a high rise, or behind you, because this neighborhood has been zoned for that. It ought not to be that every single neighborhood have 1 or 2 or 3 high rises that creating this imbalance.
Yes.
We need to have zones, and we need to respect the development orders, and so that the zones are maintained in a way that actually supports a healthy family life. People want to live in certain neighborhoods if they have children, young adults have different needs.
Concerned about the inconsistencies, too many commercialized properties. Is that we're getting at, and you'd want it to be, as you said, moderated at a level so that persons particularly returning, or those who want to be in the comfort of their homes, don't feel as though they're being
violated, crowded out. Exactly. Because every Jamaican deserves to live in Jamaica, and deserves to have some space in Jamaica that they can call their home, and that they can be comfortable in their home. And so we all need to make sure that there are ways we can cooperate to create that. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all.
On your works, have you been having meetings with the developers?
I have met with developers individually, but I have not had like a meeting with a group of developers as yet. It's in the works.
Also, there's the potential of having a sit down or a town hall or that group discussion with the developers.
It's more than potential. There's a plan. There's actually a plan to have that.
But that plan comes with your expertise in corporate law.
Well, I'm not so much an expert in corporate law, but in law generally, and in conveyancing law, which includes modification of restrictive covenants.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you have that back. But I see where you're doing free legal work already in your constituency. That
before she got to free legal work, she touched on zoning in terms of having, high-rise buildings in certain places and them not being in certain places. Because people want to really live in a space where they feel like it's a community and not a city, That's a thing. That's actually a thing for some people. There's some people that like the city life, but there's some people that like you said, they want to feel like they're in Jamaica. They want to, you know what I mean? So development is good and all, and that's great and all, but the core culture and the experience of Jamaica is the country. It's not the city per se. If we're being 100% honest, because more people, I would say, I don't know about more people. More people is more drawn to Jamaica's countryside of life, the farming, the small towns, you know what I'm saying? More than the city. I'm more connected to the country than the city. I don't know about nobody else. Listen, man, I love fresh running water. I like clean air. You know what I'm saying? I like my fruits. You know what I mean? I like good, like direct access to my fruits and vegetables. Right? I'm not the dust in the city and the traffic and the noise. I'm just saying everybody don't like that. You feel me? And if you agree with me, put tell me in the comment section. Everybody don't like that, man. But there's a point in here that I wanted to get to, because I don't want to go through the whole entire thing.
Present me as the candidate for the upcoming elections for Northeastern St. Andrew. I'm looking forward to Sunday night in Barbican Square, where we are going to light up the place, and to share some of my plans, much more than what I'm telling you about now. Just give me the tip of the iceberg. Those who want to hear more need to come out to Barbican Square and see step into the game. And so he's hanging on. But I'm going to do him the favor of retiring him.
Here we go.
And when people recognize that for 28 years,
they don't know if a Stacey Knight can cross it, gets that giant. But what kind of level of assurance can you give the people tonight that you're standing against this? I wouldn't call him a Goliath. I would prefer call him let me not say. But you're standing against that individual. All you want to tell them tonight? I remember.
I was going to say that remember that David slew Goliath.
I'm just saying. Come on now, Andre. You don't know your Bible, man? Come on, bro. Hey, listen, man. David slew Goliath, man. This is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight. I remember.
I was going to say that remember that David slew Goliath.
Yes.
I may be small in stature and a woman going up against a man. But let me tell you, when people see and feel the type of needs, the type of deprivation, the type of neglect and lack of attention that they're getting from that member of parliament, when people see the difference, a woman who is coming to care for them, a woman who sees people and not statistics, a woman who the common touch makes a difference, a woman who listens.
Yes.
And when people recognize that for 28 years, whatever was going to happen, happened already. If it was going to happen, it happened already. It is absurd to think that after 28 years, he would come with anything new. He's not coming with anything new now. His time is up. And he recognizes it. In fact, he himself said he wanted to retire and was going to hand it over to his daughter. But for whatever reason, his daughter is not ready, not prepared to step into the game. And so he's hanging on. But I'm going to do him the favor of retiring him.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Mighty God.
We need help, Jesus.
Listen to me. I told y'all, this lady is fierce.
But for whatever reason, his daughter is not ready, not prepared to step into the game, and so he's hanging on. But I'm going to do him the favor of retiring him.
Ball out!
Yes, his daughter wouldn't.
Ball out! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Never Portland. Why not travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Mighty God. Talk about it.
Do it. So I'll do it. I'll do it for him. Yeah, I'll put him out of the misery.
You said the sheriff daughter will retire him.
The sheriff daughter will retire him since his daughter couldn't do it. Andre, I am eager to walk into Parliament, to stand up in Parliament and advocate on behalf of these people. And I'm a resident of the constituency. You know, I live here too, so I know, I see, and know and feel what we're not getting. I drive on the bad road them, and when I go jogging, I see where the dark spots where I'm afraid to jog, where we need more street lights. I see it and feel it and know it.
Interesting. So you're saying that you plan to retire him?
I will. It just for it to manifest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we need anything more than that. Like I said before, this Sunday, Northeast St. Andrew comes alive. Barbican Square, ladies and gentlemen, don't miss it. I'll be streaming this live, of course. So make sure y'all in the building. Yes, sir. And remember, hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man. And share the live stream. Come on now. Stop playing. Support.
Yes,
the like button is free,
Yes,